Alright, hello YouTube. This is just another quick video that's about some topics that were on my mind for quite a time, and it is, let's say, loosely inspired by Martin J. Willett's video Spare a Son for the Empire. What are the challenges ahead of mankind for the next centuries or millennia? Number A is population pressure. It is a common fallacy of the human mind that we have problems with grasping the exponential function. World population has doubled every 40 years. This trend goes on at an increased speed, despite measures taken against it. If mankind is subject to population cycles, like all other life forms on that planet, it is inevitable that we outgrow our limited resources and the population eventually breaks down. This breakdown would definitely lead to political turmoil and aggression on a level unbeknown to us. Problem number B is climate change. We are currently burning the fossil fuels that have accumulated under our soil within millions of years over a brief period of centuries. Consensus among researchers is that this will lead to global warming with yet unforeseeable consequences. This change in climate could seriously disrupt agriculture and therefore make problem number A even worse. Problem number C, nuclear proliferation. Currently there are more than 20,000 nuclear warheads on the planet. The consequences of even a limited nuclear war between third-rate nuclear powers like India or Pakistan would be a small ice age, as Europe experienced it during the Middle Ages. The consequences of a nuclear war involving major nuclear powers using only a share of their arsenal would most probably lead to a nuclear winter which would make any agriculture impossible for years. Most of the nuclear arsenal is controlled by the members of the United Nations Security Council, but more and more states crave for a nuclear arsenal. The more players in the game, the higher the risk that one player one day is ruled by an irrational political leadership, which is mad enough to push the big red button. To borrow intellectually from Mr. Brzezinski, mankind wasn't ready for a bipolar world, and I think it is wishful thinking that we are ready for a multipolar world without fucking it up in the end. These three problems mixed together in an apocalyptic cocktail made up from too many people, too limited resources, and garnished by a nice topping of whipped cream and nuclear annihilation. It will take tremendous material and political effort to face these problems. We must fortify our societies against climate change, must reduce or better reverse population growth, and stop nuclear proliferation. Unfavorably, our race is balkanized into a countless number of religious, political, and ethnic groups, each craving to maximize their power at the expense of their opponents. In consequence, the chance of a concerted, sane response to the above-mentioned problems is highly unlikely in my eyes. The answer to this problem is that we must go back to a unipolar world, where one hegemonial power, may it be a single nation or an alliance, creates political stability by its sheer military, economic, cultural, and political might. We must think in terms of centuries and millennia, not in terms of decades, not for the sake of ourselves, but for the sake of those who are born after us. The empire is not a thing we can choose to build or not to build. It is an imperative. Thanks for listening.